I'm going to keep this review as vague as possible. It's going to be a pretty hard movie to review because there's elements in Strange Darling where I'm just like, wow. Shit. Wow. What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is IGD Movie Reviews. My name is On The Brinker, and today I'm going to review the latest horror thriller film, Strange Darling. This movie is directed by J.T. Mollner, and this movie stars Willa Fitzgerald and Gallner. Nothing is what it seems when a twisted one-night stand spirals into a serial killer's vicious murder spree. So guys, that's all I'm going to say about the plot of this movie because there's a lot of criticism with this film saying you should definitely see this movie blind. And I'm going to say the same thing to you. Watch this movie not knowing anything. Not knowing the plot of the movie. Actually, yeah, you can read the synopsis, that's it. But not seeing any of the trailers, not knowing who is casted in it. Just go into this movie just not knowing what to think. If you love horror films, that's easy for you, because you will definitely love this movie. So, I heard a lot of people say watch this movie blind, and I heard really good things about this movie, saying to watch this movie blind not knowing anything, so that's exactly what I did. I went into a blind movie not knowing what to think, except that I read the synopsis of the film, and that is it. Because you gotta know what to get in for, because the plot is basically, yeah, it's just there to kind of get you in, but this film has more to the plot than I thought it would. And once again, I'm going to keep this review as vague as possible. It's going to be a pretty hard movie to review because there's elements in Strange Darling where I'm just like, wow. Shit. Wow. Because guys, I'm just going to talk about my thoughts on the movie because I want you guys to go see this movie just not knowing anything. But all I got to say guys is that Strange Darling blew me away in all the right reasons. This movie, holy shit. I don't know how the heck I'm going to review this movie without spoiling it, but I'm not. I'm doing this for you guys because I want you guys to see this movie and know what you're getting into. If you watch this movie, you know what I'm thinking. You know what I'm thinking after walking out of the film. It's a very hard movie to review without spoiling it. But all I gotta say, the cast in this movie is fantastic, especially Willa Fitzgerald. This actress, wow. I just gotta say, I haven't seen her in anything. So when I watch this film, I'm like, where is this actress came from and why isn't she in more movies? She is so good in this movie. There's moments in the film where I'm just like, seriously, this actress needs to be in more stuff. I don't want to explain her character too much because, yeah, she plays the damsel in this film. And she plays that role very, very well in this film. But just from her acting job in the film, her emotional stakes, she is really good in this film. I think this is definitely one of the best breakthroughs of this year. She is great in this film. Also, Gallner in the film is also really good playing the serial killer in the film. He is very, very intimidating in this film. He is very terrifying to look at in this film. Those two actors actually make this movie worth watching. Their chemistry is really well done in this film. And just the way the film progresses with them too is really well done. And what's really impressive about Strange Darling is absolutely the cinematography of this film. This film is shot in a 35mm camera by an actor that I'm really surprised who did the cinematography for this film. I researched who the cinematography was. It's actually Begley. If you don't know who this actor is, he is the villain from Ted. He's that douchebag business guy from Avatar. He did the cinematography for this movie. Holy shit, this is some of the best cinematography that I have seen in a horror film this year. This film looks fantastic, and especially that this film is filmed in a 35mm camera, this movie is trying to be old school in a really good way. The movie looks fantastic. Are there intense scenes in Strange Darling? Absolutely. There is a lot of tension-filled scenes in this film. There's so many scenes that I wanted to close my eyes, to be honest with you. There are some really terrifying scenes in this film. There are some very intense, thrilling situations that the characters are in the film where I'm just like, wow. There's going to be some certain moments where you're like, wow, okay, it's going in that direction, and I really do like that. The story of the film is fantastic. It definitely follows the plot alone, and the way this movie was written, this is some of the most best written film of a horror film that I've seen this year. Yeah, I think this could be tied with Alien, Romulus, and Longlegs. We got 3 great horror films of the year that I could put in my favorite movies of the year. I think this might be the year that I might do a top 15 again like I did in 2022. There's a lot of good movies I like this year, and definitely Strange Darling is definitely on that list. This is a pretty short review, guys, because it's a very hard movie to review without spoiling it, because this movie has more than you think. But I gotta say, overall, Strange Darling is definitely one of the most thrilling and surprising films of the year. This is definitely a film that I would say watch it blind, not knowing anything. Except for this review, obviously. I'm not telling you what's going to happen in the film because there's a lot of bits in the movie where I'm like, oh crap, it's going in that direction. And I really did like that. But I gotta say, the actors in the film are great. Especially Willa Fitzgerald. I thought she does a great job in the film. With Gallner as well. Them two really made this movie work. The direction of the film is great. This movie is really intense. And the story of the film is actually some of the best written stories that I have seen in a horror film this year so far. So definitely go into Strange Darling basically not knowing nothing. This film is definitely a very intense film from start to finish, and I gotta say, for Strange Darling, absolutely go see this film on the big screen. I gotta say, two pretty unknown movies, Touch and Strange Darling, man. Those two movies definitely go out and check out. So guys, that is my review for Strange Darling. Let me know what you think of this film in the comments below. Do you like the movie, hate the film, or you thought it's okay? And what is your favourite horror film of this year so far? Let me know that also in the comments below. Make sure you guys follow me on social media links down below. Keep contact with me, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel notified for my latest movie reviews and other movie related content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a nice day.